David Ferrini, Dan Cancian here at the Renzo Barbera. Cold, windy.
Very British.
Very British, isn't it? We've brought Britain with us. Let's go through some of the more glorious times of Palermo. Those names there, Dan: Miccoli, Cavani, Amauri, Ilicic, Cilardino, Dybala, Grosso, Zaccardo, Toni, the World Cup heroes that played here once, also Barzagli.
I mean, it takes you back to a different era of Serie A, doesn't it? We saw them immortalized at the entry of the ground, all of them. I mean, it's fair to say that Palermo have seen better days, but the Ultras are having a good time, even though they're getting soaked wet. They've been getting soaked wet since the start of the game.
Palermo have seen better days, new ownership now. The Zamperini era is over, Citigroup taken over, brought them back up from... No, they took over in Serie C, I believe, but they have come up the ranks over the past 3-4 years. Fans unhappy with certain things.
Yeah,
probably should be pleased with a lot of things.
I mean, you would think so. They're right. You know, they're in the playoff spot. If they win tonight, they will move up the table. And I mean, to be honest with you, it's not been amazing progress this season, but it's been steady progress. Solid enough,
and that's fine. We won't go through the season. This is more a video about Palermo, how to get to the stadium. We're going to talk about the city itself. You haven't seen much. I've seen a bit of it because I got here yesterday. You arrived this morning. Early doors for you at Stansted Airport.
Yeah, certainly doors. 4 a.m. flight. Sorry, 4 a.m. wake up call and 7 a.m. flight.
Yeah, 4 a.m. flight would be brutal. But Palermo Catanzaro is the game that we're here to see. Serie B action. Two sides. Well, Catanzaro with some hope of making the playoffs. And Palermo were in the playoffs last season. They are looking for a goal, and it's a header, beautiful ball in from Ranocchia there, but we're at a point in history where those names, we'll rattle off a few more to bring those Palermo fans back to those days. Finished fifth 3-4 times in Serie A back then. Sirigu, Brienza, Fabio Simplicio, Pastore.
Yeah, I know. I mean, literally a proper who's who of iconic players of the early 2000s when you look at it.
And then Lafferty.
Well, yeah, Kyle Lafferty. We'll be watching Rangers Celtic in the League Cup final today.
Yeah, there's a bit of Anglo influence here and there. Bresciano from Australia was here.
Yeah.
Also, they've got an American, Christopher Lund.
They do.
He wears the number 3. Lorenzo Luca, who now plays the Udinese, was here in his formative years, and now they've got Matteo Brunori up forward. But the pedigree that they had, amazing. Palermo, the 5th largest city in Italy.
Yeah.
It is by far the largest in Sicily, Catania being the next biggest.
Yeah, and the stadium, it's the second biggest in Serie B, and it's one of the most stunning and atmospheric in Italy. I mean, the backdrop is magnificent, and they have the second highest average attendance.
Ball! Keeper comes. Did he take the player? Biliacelli is the ex-Palermo keeper. He's playing for Catanzaro now. And every time he touches the ball, the crowd go off at him. Here they go again. Lund into the middle. Shot comes. Good block. Going back to the stadium, as you were saying.
Yeah, they've got the second highest average attendance on the season. They get in just a shade under 22,000, which is impressive by Serie A standards, let alone Serie B. It just goes to show how passionate the locals are about football. Yeah,
and Emmett begins his stadium guide. We've got that on destinationculture.com. Palermo is arguably one of the Italian football's sleeping giants.
It is, absolutely.
So what were you saying? What's the capacity here off the top of your head?
It's just under 36,000, I believe.
Yeah.
And 22,000 is an average attendance this season is impressive when you consider that.
Yeah, it's nearly 100 years old.
They just, as you said earlier, they came up from Serie C a couple of seasons ago, and they're very much in the rebuilding phase. Ownership, all of that. Serie A is obviously the target, but it's an impressive crowd. Even on a day like today, well, let's face it, the weather has not been what I thought it would be.
It is overcoat weather. The Catanzaro fans, you have to give credit to them as well. We'll show them, and they are out in the pouring rain. The ultras for Palermo, the Curva Nord, everyone else, we're not. We're in the media stand, luckily for us. Thanks to the club for giving us those. And how to get to Stadio Renzo Barbera on the destinationculture.com website. The Barbera located in the north of the city. For those of you who don't know, approximately 3 kilometres away from the city centre, 5 kilometres from Palermo's main train station. It's probably about a 20-minute drive from the airport. You landed this morning. Probably took you, 30 minutes to get to
about 30 minutes to
the city centre. and we drove here, found very convenient parking thanks to the police officers out the front, and getting here from the train station or by bus. It's all there, also by car, thanks to Emma Gates, who wrote the Palermo Stadium Guide. Also how to buy tickets, and you can go to PalermoFC.com and check out the website there, get tickets, all the rest of it, Viva Ticket. Let's go through the city itself. You haven't seen much of it. It's our first time here. I was here yesterday, the main piazza there with the Christmas markets. So I put some of that footage in, and that is a really lovely time of year to be anywhere. They've got the Christmas playlist, Dan, and it is mainly Mariah Carey and everything you'll hear back in London.
Yeah.
But
we were treated to that before kick-off, weren't we?
Yeah, went for a coffee. But going through the city, the Palermo Cathedral, the Santa Caterina Church, the Norman Palace, the Piazza Pretoria, San Giuseppe dei Teatini, the Ziza, and the Teatro Politeama, which is where we're staying. And right next to it is Piazza Castelnuovo, and there it is, that's where the Christmas markets are. Had a wee little coffee there this morning.
Yeah, which was lovely, much needed as well after being awake in the early hours of the morning. I mean, from what I've seen, it looks lovely. But again, you'll struggle to find a place in Italy that doesn't have a bit of history, a bit of art to, get you going, get you in the mood.
Look, if you actually go and look up the history of Palermo itself, especially not just Sicily, you've got the Arabic, you've got the Greek influence, you've also got the Viking influence, the Normans. That's why we've got the palace here, but the Scandinavians came through. We call them Scandinavians now, Normans back then, Vikings if you will. And Christopher Lund, their left back, is a Dane that plays for the US. His mum's American. We're going to have a chat to him. That's coming up on destinationculture.com. So we're going to have a video interview and written for you. But plenty of history here. It is an old city, about 1.2 million people, fifth most populated in Italy. Dan, what else is here that we could tell the viewers? Cultural, economic, tourism, history.
Well, if you're talking about influence, there is English influence as well, because Palermo were actually founded as an English football club, and they were actually, believe it or not, they were playing in red and blue, and then they were told to change red and blue, as I understand it, because it was just too common. And pink and black was the colour of sweetness and bitterness. That's why they were pink and black, because you get both contrast, the extremes of both.
Wow.
And if that's not what football is about.
It is, yeah, it absolutely is. So just having a look at the history of the club itself, obviously reformed as Palermo Football Club. Oh, they've just scored the winner, Catanzaro. And that is not going to go down well with the fans here, but that was a delightful strike on the left. It is Pompetti, yeah. So Catanzaro fans will be happy. Catanzaro, just coincidentally, is probably about a 4-hour drive, you think, from here, because it's on that toe of Italy.
But when you consider it takes 3 hours to get to Catania by train from here, I wouldn't like to make any prediction as how long it will take to get to Catanzaro.
Yeah.
However long it takes, those fans with that deserve enormous credit, as you said earlier. They've been getting soaked.
They've been getting soaked,
from literally kick off.
Well, Palermo, look, unfortunately for them, they've been absolutely pounding that other end.
Yeah, they have.
They'll come down against the run of play, and they have sizzled one home. Maybe check out the Serie B highlights for that one on the Lega B channel, and also we'll see what we can do in the new year, Dan. See if we can get some highlights happening with another announcement coming towards the end of 2024. Can you believe we're already here, 6 months into Destination Calcio?
It's incredible, isn't it?
Let's talk about what we have on the destinationculture.com website in regards to Palermo. Plenty of talk about this Serie B season. The stadium guide also there for the Renzo Barbera. I think we'll leave it there, and we will catch up with you guys next time. Destinationculture.com. David Ferrini, Dan Cancian.